I found a study that 1 in 5 people feel like they don't belong to their community or to their country. 1 in 5. So this is talking to little Sarah. When people started asking me, where are you from? Literally my head exploded into a million pieces, because the short answer is I am from Germany. But if I say this sentence in this statement, nothing feels more untrue than that. Like, I don't feel like I belong. I feel like I've been born in the wrong continent. I feel like I've been born in many places. And so for me to answer this question is insanely hard. Like, I have a German passport that doesn't say anything. I feel much more Latina. I'm not speaking Spanish, I'm learning though. And I lived in Malta, and now I technically live in Austria and Vienna, but I'm never there, and I'm constantly somewhere else. So I don't know how the heck to answer. And I'm sure that for me, it's the country where I'm from, and it almost feels like I don't belong and I don't know what to say. And I'm sure for many of you, it's something different. It can be whatever the sports you're playing. I don't know. There's probably something you also feel like you don't belong, and it's not necessarily a place. And I so wish I would have known all of these things beforehand. So, okay, before I dive deep into my story, I took some notes because I want to have a great YouTube video packed with value of studies which I just also read, because of course everything I tell you is because I felt it. I've been through it myself, but I wanted to back it up with a bit of stats and a bit of data to make sure that it's legit. So what I found is actually that 1 in 5 people feel like they don't belong to their country or their community. And this hits home so much, because if someone asks me the question, where are you from? My head explodes. I mean, at this current moment in my life, I feel confident to answer, I'm a global human. I even have a tattoo, I'm building a brand, but I really and truly embody being a global human. But that wasn't the case for a long time. And honestly, what triggered it in me is always that I had a sense of like, I'm the weirdo, I'm wrong, I don't know what to answer. And if I answer the obvious, easy answer, which is I am from Germany, everything in me, and still to this day, like my gut literally like cramps together, and I'm like, this is not true. Like, I want to shout that this doesn't feel true. I'm like, yes, I have the documentation that I'm German, but I do not like to speak German. I feel like I don't belong to this country. This has nothing, it's nothing against the country. It's just me feeling very much like a fish out of water. And so reading that 1 in 5 people feel the same thing, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like maybe if I share what I did to come to this point now where I can confidently say I'm a global human, and whatever else the equivalent for you might be in whatever area it might not be the country is, I'm like, maybe this is actually helpful. And I just loved, preparing this video, like going through my own thoughts. I'm like, what were the big 3 things? Because I'm like, let's not make it more complicated, that really truly shifted, that I found out who I am, and that I feel so much more open now, and that I feel like I can really and truly say that I belong. And so I was also wondering, like, what does belonging even mean? So I came across the theory, which is called the social identity theory. So I'm going to read out a sentence to make sure that I'm not messing it up. So the social identity theory says that we get our sense of belonging from groups we identify with. So that could be nationality, this could be culture, religion, language, schools, workplace, you name it, right? And so what happens is that we as humans, the human species, we feel like we belong when we are tied into a specific box, even though I hate the word box. But there's different boxes, right? You were born, and so I was put into the Germany box, full stop. So far so good. Like the box, the environment, the bubble, the belongings, they're usually good if you feel like you actually belong there. The tricky part comes if you feel like you don't fit in it, but you're still shoved in that box. So I'll just take my example. If I say I'm from Germany, I get shoved in the Germany box, but what happens is I don't feel German at all, so it creates this inner conflict. It feels misaligned, it feels like this is not who I am, this is not what I represent, these are not the values I bring to this world. And so what the study then says is, you don't only feel different, but you feel invisible. And when I read this, I'm like, oh my God, yes, I feel very invisible when someone says you are German. On paper, that is correct, but this is not who I am. Okay, but let me explain how it all started. So I was born here in Germany, and I, as a kid, was very shy. So now you see me have a YouTube channel. I talk all day, every day. I'm very expressive, very outwardly going, social, all the things. As a kid, I was quiet. I didn't say a word. I was shy. I was sitting in the front row in school, not saying a word. I literally got panic and anxiety attacks. I didn't know back then that it was. If the teacher said, can you answer this question? Can you read something out loud? So I was sitting there really feeling like, I don't know, like I was a kid, right? So I didn't know that I didn't belong. I just felt something was wrong. And so this was my whole childhood. I didn't think that this is my place, but I couldn't voice it because, of course, as a kid, you have no clue. And so what happened then is, at the age of 16, in school, imagine I'm still the shy kid, not saying a word, terrified of basically everything. And then the Junior Achievement Program, so JA, also the organization I worked for, they offered in school that you could create your own company. And I jumped on it. I don't know where this came from all of a sudden. So me and my friend, we actually walked through the different areas of the industrial area in my hometown. I'm going to make a whole video about this whole thing. Anyway, what happened inside of me, all of a sudden, I created something. All of a sudden, I wasn't the shy kid anymore. I started talking, I started creating, my own creativity started to rise. And the irony what happened is that literally after this year, I all of a sudden became the spokesperson, the student spokesperson of my entire school. I was shy. I didn't say a word. I became the spokesperson. We created a sponsorship team for our school out of nowhere. We said we need more sponsors for the school. We created videos. So here's the tie-in with creating videos. We created an image video for the school. We worked with all the teachers. We brought all the 600 students to the yard and did all these crazy things. And I don't know, I feel like I did not recognize myself, but what just happened is inside of me, something started to fuel. And it almost felt like, looking back now, obviously when I was in it, I had zero clue. It almost felt like my personality started to actually function because I created things myself. I didn't try to fit in. I didn't try to make it all work in Germany. I just did everything, which was very different. So what happened that was a shift was I went from I'm the shy kid and I felt like this is weird to I was the weird one. Like I was the one who did too much. I was the overexcited person. I was the one who did things nobody has ever done. But honestly, what that did to me is it changed me, and it changed me to the better because my personality came out. So that was the first one. And then the second one was at 17, I knew I'm like, I just want to leave this country. I don't know where this came from, but I'm like, maybe it's the country. Then I wanted to go to the US. My mom was not excited that I wanted to go to the US for a year, so I did not leave. But then at a certain point, I still studied in Germany because I was too afraid to actually do something. But I kept on creating. So I kept on creating things. I joined international communities already while I was in Germany. In Stuttgart, where I then was living, I worked in an international federation and I did all the international things, right? And so this is how I got exposed to all these things. And the thought of me not fitting into Germany was getting so strong that at some point I quit my job. I said, I am going to leave Germany for good. I am going to apply for jobs everywhere except of German-speaking countries. Full stop. Like, I don't want to have this luxurious position that I maybe get a good job in Germany and then I have to decide if I stay here or not. I'm like, I'm not going to apply. So this is when it happened. So I moved, I jumped, I left. I left Germany for good. So I quit my job in Germany without having a new one, knowing that I'm not going to live here anymore. Full stop. This was also not, back then, I didn't also think that I need belonging and I belong into an international community. This was all unintentional. Like, I just left because I knew this is wrong. I did not have a plan. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to find belonging, let alone creating things. I just thought, I'm like, I have to go and leave right now. Fast forward, I landed a job in Malta. I was unemployed for a bit, but then I landed a job in Malta. Was it my dream job? No. However, I was like, I'm jumping, I'm leaving, I'm going to Malta. I didn't know anything there. I knew one person, which was Linda. And so I joined this company, and what really and truly happened is I did not only create more things myself, but it almost felt like my personality came out even more because everyone was different. So there were no set rules as in, the German bubble where everything is pre-planned, right? But in Malta, there's so many expats, especially in that company, that there was no one rule fits all because everyone had different backgrounds. And I got so excited. And then luckily I also then joined the job I still have to this day, 8 years ago, where I was fully exposed to the entire globe. I kept on creating. I started How to Be Global, my own podcast. I created communities in Malta and around the world. I created communities in more than 100 countries. And the coolest part of it all was that I went locally to help people understand that there's more. If they feel stuck, if they feel like they don't belong, that there is most definitely a bigger world out there for them. So as you can see, this gives me so much fulfilling because I really want to show you guys also that whatever you are, wherever you feel stuck, wherever you feel you don't belong, there is another option. It's not necessarily linear, but there is something out there. And so the last step I then took, which are like, this big 3 shifts, is when I started to go inward, honestly, and I discovered mindfulness. And that was also not intentionally, like all the other things. It was very unintentional. I stumbled upon Maris, who leads Mindful Nomads. And so she introduced me to mindfulness. I was super hardcore critical. I'm like, what is this meditation? I'm way too logic. I want to do big things in the world, have an impact. But once I started feeling the impact of mindfulness, breath work, how to connect with yourself, finding out really and truly who I am, this was a major, 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 major game changer on the feeling of how I belong. And if you remember what I said in the beginning, that right now I'm at a place where I feel like I belong. I feel like I first and foremost belong to myself, and I feel like I'm settled within myself. So the whole, where are you from? Where do you belong? Do you want to settle? All of this is now so easy for me to answer because I know I can be rooted within me. And I know this might sound really woo-woo for some of you, but I promise you it's gonna make a big change. So to wrap it up, there's 3 things if you feel like you don't belong right now, which I did, which hopefully will help you. So the first thing is move. Move, move, move. Get out. Get out of whatever it is. You don't have to have a plan. I had 0 plan. Just get out of where you are, take a step and just move. And while you move, all of the things will build up. You will find your place, you will find your people, you will find the things you don't even know you're looking for. Number 2 is, I almost forgot it, create. So if you feel like you don't belong and you feel like, oh, I wish this and this and that would be there, just create it. You don't have to be an expert, just do something. Just create something, create a community, do a meetup, reach out to someone, lead by example, whatever the heck it is, but start creating things you wish you see out there. And obviously this is like the tagline of entrepreneurship, you're solving a problem, but this is on a micro thing. Solve the problem for yourself. If you don't feel like you belong, like me, in a place in Germany, just create something else. A, leave, B, create something else. And the third thing is really look inward. And I'm gonna make more videos about this because I'm so freaking passionate about all these 3 things, and especially about the mindfulness, because I want to show you that mindfulness is not just sitting, meditating, not doing good for the world. I am much more mindful, much more self-aware. I'm taking leadership of my own emotions and thoughts because I want to do big things and because I want to show up for myself and for the world in a specific way. And this is also why I'm doing this YouTube channel. So I would love to hear your thoughts. How do you feel like when someone asks you where you're from? Is there a time where you felt you didn't belong? What are your tips? These are my 3 ones, and this is just the start of this channel, and I feel like we can dig into so many different topics, but I'm just so thrilled and excited that I am starting because honestly, like, I struggled a lot with starting this channel, and now it's going, we're doing a video every single week, and I can't be more excited to have you on the journey and see where this grows. And just sitting here, it's almost like a full circle moment that now I feel like I belong here, not in Germany, but I feel like I belong here into this room on this desk creating videos where, oh God, where me and my granddad, like when I was younger, we were cutting videos and I had to leave way too early, and I feel like I belong here, and this is such a powerful moment for me that I'm like almost continuing the legacy, and he was such a strong leader, and I felt very seen with him because he was like very much, I don't know, I feel like he represented what I represent now. So OP, if you see this somewhere up there, like, I'm going, I'm continuing the legacy, and I'm creating videos, but the people who want to see it or not, I don't care, and here we are, created in the video. Anyway, I appreciate all of you, and I hope that you feel like this space here, this YouTube channel, and everything we're going to build with Global Human is a place where you feel like you belong, because I felt like I didn't belong for way too much and for way too long in my life, and now I'm going to change that, and this is an open invitation. Please comment, text me, and I want to co-create this with you, and I want you to feel safe and seen and belong, and I'm repeating myself. Anyway, I appreciate you. Sending you love. Carl and I, we're done. Thank you. Besitos.